Welcome back, everybody. It's Food FAQ time.
Food FAQ.
I'm going to hire you full time just to sing. You're wasting away your talents.
I know. Fuck the business world. I belong in entertainment.
You know? Well, I mean, we're entertaining right now. We're a couple of clowns already.
Yeah, we really are.
Well, this week, we're talking about something that we've alluded to many, many, many times, but we never really talked about it.
No.
It's a chicken cutlet. Dun, dun, dun.
You could have given it a
right?
little bit more fanfare, Mariela.
You're right. I should have built what is that shit called?
Suspense. Right. You should have been given a moment, people to think about it. Let's describe it. But no, fuck it, y'all. It's a cutlet.
You know what? It's a cutlet, bitches, and it's going to be fucking delicious.
Listen, let me explain something.
Tell me everything.
There's not a lot of things you do right, Mariela.
Holy mother of pearl.
But one thing you do right is, let me tell you, you make a good cutlet.
Thank God I know you're full of shit.
You make a good cutlet. Ryan's actually in the back when I said there's one thing you do right, and he was making motions. So just to let you know.
Which motions were those?
Well.
Oh.
But anyways. So
I love Ryan so much. He knows me.
That's just to let you know. But anyways. So there's not a lot you do right, Mariela. But what I will say, you make the best fucking chicken cutlet. I got to tell everybody this quick story about the time you were visiting and I was at work. So you went to the airport to go back home and you text me. You're like, okay, love you. Goodbye. Dinner's on the stove. I was so excited that number one, to hear those dinner on the stove. I get home. My entire apartment is fucking spotless. Yeah. Okay. You cleaned. And then there was this massive, beautiful tray of chicken cutlets just sitting on the stove. And I'm
waiting for
my mama's right. Sometimes I need a woman in my life. That was, granted, as misogynistic as that sounds, I have never had a man in my life do that for me. So,
Brian has other talents.
He can heat a chicken nugget in a microwave faster than anybody else can do it. So, the dino version.
Of course, it has to be dino.
Yeah, and only the Purdue ones that are not frozen. Just let you know, there's a whole.
Oh, well, you know what? He's onto something.
No, he's not onto shit, Mariela. Okay.
No, the non-frozen nugs are the best.
Okay. If you can have a non-refrigerated piece of chicken that is still good for 3 weeks after purchase.
No,
okay.
They have to be refrigerated, dude. You guys
they're refrigerated, but that's what I'm saying. A piece of cooked chicken is not good after 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I usually make them right away. I buy the organic ones from Trader Joe's.
Mariela, is there really such a thing as an organic chicken nugget? Okay, no, they still got to turn it into that goop to begin with.
Trader Joe's has organic chicken nuggets that are non-frozen.
Trader Joe's, I love Trader Joe's, but there's some problems.
Talking about problems with Trader Joe's. I bought lobster bisque from there and I heated it up it was bubbling. And then I drank it, or whatever you do with soup, I drank it. And it was delicious. And then 20 minutes later, I've never been in so much pain in my entire life. I got food poisoning from it. And it was really, really bad. I don't know, the date was right, but the soup was wrong, honey.
That sucks.
So I love Trader Joe's, but fuck that lobster bisque right in the claw because it was really bad. It was painful.
That sucks. Well, besides your ass being on fire, you make a good chicken cutlet.
Yes. And I want to say this. There is a science to chicken cutlet making, and this is why we're devoting an entire episode to it, because I have a method and I have some very particular likes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I don't even know when I started making this, but I've been making it for a long time. This is what I like. First of all, you cannot buy the pre-sliced thin chicken breasts in the store. Can't do that.
Okay.
They are not good. They're stringy. There's something about them that is not a good quality product. You have to buy the normal size breasts. Skin off is fine. Bone, deboned, boneless, skinless. Then you bring them home. If you have never ever gotten an entire breast and sliced it thin, let me help you. You put the breast on the cutting board and you put your hand on top of it, your non-dominant hand. And then you grab the biggest knife you have and you start cutting it from the side all the way through. The thinnest you can do it without killing yourself or cutting yourself. You do this. Usually one chicken breast will yield 3 to 4 cutlets.
Mm-hmm.
You run through your pack. Let's say, I don't know how many packs you're making or how many chicken breasts you're making. Do that. When you're done doing that, if you want to get it even thinner, put it inside a nice, durable Ziploc bag and then pound it out. And if you don't have a chicken pounder, which I used to, but mine, I don't know what the fuck happened to mine. I use like a wine bottle or whatever I have that's heavy and then you pound it out a little bit. Perfect. You set all that aside. Then this is what I do here. I like to get one big cookie sheet and then I get a piece of aluminum foil and I partition it into 3, right? So I give it like a little lip, like a little raised edge and make 3 little compartments. I put flour, eggs, and panko. It has to be panko. Italian breadcrumbs are for losers.
Damn.
You cannot win chicken cutlets with fucking Italian breadcrumbs. They are pre-seasoned. I don't enjoy them. They are too fine. They're not crunchy enough. I'm sorry, but they're bad. This is what I do. I salt all that shit. Each compartment gets salt. Each compartment gets pepper. Each compartment gets oregano or whatever the fuck you want to put in and whatever you have. Garlic, onion powder, dredge it up. Make sure it's nice and mixed in. Then I like to put my chicken cutlets flat out on the board. I salt them. I salt the chicken because if you don't salt the chicken, if you rely on the stuff you're dredging it in to season it, you're not guaranteed there's going to be enough salt on that chicken to really season it. I go ahead and I salt both sides. And then you go flour on both sides. You take out the excess. Egg on both sides. You flip it. And then panko. And then I put them aside. Once you have like, you know what? You can start heating your oil before you do that. So that by the time you have 2 or 3 already nice and breaded, you can start frying.
And it's a quick fry.
It's a quick fry. But this is the other problem, right? So when you start frying, don't start on a high heat. You want to start that oil at like medium high at best. And then you shove it in there and you start to fry it. And then you'll see that that first side is going to brown quicker than the other side. When you see that it's nice and brown and you're ready to flip, because that other side is going to finish cooking it through and you don't burn it. Because it's very easy to burn a chicken cutlet.
Yeah.
So those are my tips. I am an expert chicken cutlet maker. I'm going to say it.
They are delicious. And I will make you a deal that when you're up here in February, I will buy you a pho dinner and you can make me chicken cutlets one night when I come home from work. I'm just saying.
You got it. Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes if you want to be cute, you can put grated Parmesan on top before you fry it. But don't put it in your panko. Like, sprinkle it on the piece of chicken.
Don't use the green bottle.
Don't use the green bottle. I agree with you on that. It has to be a nice, softer kind of Parmesan, nothing too hard, because then it won't stick.
The green bottle's not real cheese anyways.
It's not? What is it?
I don't fucking know. Again, cheese that you can leave out like that for months and months and months and months. It's not real.
You're such a purist.
Not really, but you see me eat, so no, not really. Why?
I mean, I like the powdered stuff because, I mean, I keep it in the refrigerator because you should.
But you're supposed to.
Okay.
But like when you buy it in the grocery store, it's just like on that shelf.
Because it's not open. Like there's so many things like that
Okay,
you have to refrigerate.
But listen to me. Like, okay, anytime you go to cheese, are they just putting like a block of aged cheddar on the shelf? No, it's in a fucking refrigerated section where it's supposed to be because it's going to go bad.
But like Parmesan is outside.
Like, okay, when Italy? You go get real Parmesan, it's at least in the case that it's, again, refrigerated.
But the big wheel isn't always refrigerated, is it?
No, because the big wheel's like encased in like, it's like, wax and things like that. That's, that Parmesan is not, cheese is not made in refrigerator anyways, but they've cut it open and grinded it up. So that's just not real cheese. It's not. Don't go, look, and I'm not bougie whatsoever when it comes to purchasing things. Like, when it comes, no, don't give me those eyeballs.
Okay,
don't give me those eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
I've been known to be cheap with my food, and I think, there's no shame in that. And if that's what you got, that's what you got. Use it. Absolutely. But for some reason, when it comes to Parmesan cheese,
you're a snob.
I am such a snob, and I'm so against the big green bottle.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm not, because my kids like it. And you know what? Like, they like to sprinkle it.
Too. And kids can tend to overuse that stuff and things like that. Whereas
they can use it when I don't care if they do overuse
right,
it.
because, when you pay $1.99 for a gallon of this, you're just like, fucking use it away. And so, but, but like the little bottle, the little container, like real Parm, at your typical grocery store can be like $11, $12. By the way, if you go to Lidl, it's like $5.99.
I don't like the one from there because it's hard. I like it fresh.
That one is fresh, Mariela.
Yeah, but it's
no,
like
you
hard.
are right. There is a difference when it comes to brands because there are certain brands it's almost like creamy,
Right, like
when you
flaky.
eat it. And again, you're going to pay $11, $12 for that little bottle. So I understand when you have kids or you're dating Ryan, keep the green bottle. Okay.
Poor Ryan, I tell you. Well, let me tell you. So a chicken cutlet, right? This is going to take you can either eat it while you're standing up in the kitchen with your fingers like Eric does.
Absolutely.
Or you can make it into chicken parm, which you would fry this up and then you would shingle it in a baking pan and you would layer a little bit of sauce, a little bit of cheese, like a lasagna. I love doing it that way. To me, it tastes much better than just like one piece of chicken because it's like juicy. I don't know. I really like it. It
comes
that
together.
way.
It's really fucking good.
So good. You know who I learned that from? Tyler Florence. Remember him from the Food Network?
He was so hot.
Wasn't he the hottest? But now I look at him and he looks a little bit like special.
Yeah, he's still good looking. I mean, I wouldn't kick him out of bed, but I mean,
I wouldn't put him in there.
Well, I'm not saying I would invite him, but if I came home and he was there, I'd be
like a chicken cutlet.
like a chicken cutlet. I'd be like, all right, is that kind of night? But like you and I would like salivate over him. He was a good looking man, like 20 years ago.
He was the hottest chicken cutlet maker in America. Okay, so he used to do that and I used to do it too and it was very yummy. Another way you could do it, if you just want to parm one cutlet, you just put it on a baking sheet, you add a little sauce to it, some cheese, and you put it in the broiler.
Yeah.
Boom. And then you can put that in a roll and make a sandwich. You can serve it alongside. In my house, I don't make it with pasta, but people seem to like pasta with chicken parm.
I don't
either. It's too much food in one plate.
I like broccoli. I like a salad. Things like I like something light because I want to enjoy the chicken parm.
Agreed.
And not because here's my thing. If I have pasta with it, that's one less cutlet I can eat. I'd rather have another cutlet.
Me too.
Than
priorities.
Pasta. It's a priority, right? And I love pasta, but I'm hands down. I'm with you on that. Like anytime I go to a restaurant, I rarely order chicken parm at a restaurant, but if I do, I've always ordered like a side of broccoli or something like that. I want something green to eat my cutlet.
To pair it with. So yeah, did I miss anything, Eric? Like, were those instructions clear?
They were very clear. And sometimes, even not making it into like chicken parm or things like that, I sometimes love just chicken cutlet with just shaved Parmesan cheese on it, or hear me out. Like it's just really good. Like squirt a wedge of lemon on it too.
Oh yeah.
And it's really good. Like cuts a little bit of that fry and it makes you feel like you're eating something a little bit better for you. You
know what it reminds me of? Like I used to make all the time before I had kids. I don't know why. We used to eat chicken paillard all the time, which is not breaded and fried, but chicken paillard is just like a very thinly sliced, cooked piece of chicken breast that you cook in a lot of lemon. Oh my God, it's so good. But then you top it with an arugula salad. This would be perfect for that. Like you can make a nice lemony arugula salad and put it right on top of your cutlet and eat that like a grown up with a knife and fork. Delicious.
That's good.
Man, so yeah, it's a useful thing. And honestly, you can put it in bread. You can put it alongside a vegetable, a pasta, anything. And the next day, it just tastes better.
Do you know why I think I love chicken parm?
No.
Or cutlets. Let's say
cutlets.
Cutlets. Because one of my favorite meals growing up was like pollo empanizado. I love pollo empanizado. And that's essentially like a more Cuban version of a chicken cutlet, basically.
It is.
And that was something that my mother and my grandmother never made.
Never.
That was something you had at a Cuban restaurant when you would go out. Or that one friend, like my friend Tanya, her grandmother used to make the most amazing bistec empanizado.
Oh my,
she would make them every Sunday. So we'd go over her grandma's house every Sunday when we were in college.
What is that called in English? I don't think they have that in like a breaded steak.
It's just like a breaded fried steak.
It's not a country fried steak, which
No, it's not a country. The batter's completely different. The meat is different. I mean, but I guess that might be the closest thing to come to. Empanizado, so bistec, like steak.
Thin steak.
Yeah, like what? Panade? Empanizado is like panade.
No, it's not panade. It's fried. That shit is fried, honey.
No, but I'm trying to find the translation of it.
Oh, no, it's breaded steak. Empanizado is breaded.
All right, because of the bread. You're right.
Yeah, but it's like a thin steak. Cuban steaks are thin.
Yeah.
Palomilla is what they call them. And then but they bread it with something else. They don't use panko. You know what they use? Galleta molida, which is Cuban crackers. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's what is that shit called? Ground Cuban crackers, which is also what they put on croquetas. Man, that shit is delicious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know that.
I gotta bring you a pack of that shit because you're gonna love playing with it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But I think that's why I like putting a squirt of lemon on my cutlet, because with empanizado, I would also put a squirt of lime on it.
It cuts the grease. I didn't realize you were so Cuban.
I am more Cuban than you think. I know growing up together, but I think like the difference, I think the reason why I didn't seem as Cuban, like my house was fluent English, even my grandparents, which was very rare. When you and I growing up, for the grandparents to speak English,
right?
That was extremely rare. And my grandparents were like fluent.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very, very rare. And so I think that's why I came off as less Cuban than...
Yeah, but you're over there squeezing lime on everything, huh?
I was squeezing lime on shit, Mariela, you never would think about, okay? Stuff's good.
I'm learning about you even still. That's why I love you.
I can eat a lime also. Just like I enjoy like eating limes.
That's a problem, They say like if you like to eat lemons like that or limes, like you have a problem, some kind of disease. I can't remember what it is, or like a deficiency.
Like fucking typhoid. Like I wonder, like what kind of
typhoid?
Scurvy. Scurvy.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a vitamin C deficiency, but I crave it sometimes. I love the sourness of it.
It's not a vitamin D deficiency. I know that.
Well, there's always a vitamin D deficiency, but. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, that's chicken cutlets for you guys. And you could do this too with pork, like a pork chop.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Veal, which I never do, but you can.
Yeah, we're not a
veal.
veal.
This. No, I'm not a veal maker. I've never made it.
No.
But you can. Any meat that you can slice thin, you can make into a cutlet. Yeah. And you will not be sad. Oh, and frying has to be on vegetable or canola. Are you laughing? You're laughing.
I am laughing at canola.
Or canola oil. Never fry in olive oil because you will burn the oil and it will make the food taste bad.
Canola.
So it has to be canola.
Repete. Canola, Mariela.
Canola oil. Yeah, it has to be canola oil. Remember, the temperature is super important. Season your chicken and use panko and you will not go wrong.
They're so good. I think we ate them all like in like a day.
Yeah, I mean, everyone does. My kids love that shit. My kids and my husband doesn't eat leftovers.
They chill really well.
They do, and they taste good cold.
They taste good cold too. Like I love it, like a cold chicken cutlet sandwich. They get like a little mayonnaise and a little bit like, nice greens on it. I love like a chicken cutlet sandwich like that. So
I'm craving it now.
Good. Oh, me too. I can't wait to
you guys have a favorite dinner that you make? This is our favorite dinner in our house.
Do we have a favorite dinner we make? I think we make so many different things sometimes, but I've done chicken cutlets a couple times. They never come out as good as yours.
Of course not.
But I can say that when I do make them, they're gone.
You have to make them with me so I can teach you the way. The way.
Yeah, we'll make them when you're in town next.
No, you're not. You're going to make them. You're going to eat them when I come home one day. When you come home and you're just going to make them. I mean, I can't talk. I don't know what the fuck is wrong.
Just, you know what? Just do me a favor. Just make them before you leave. Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out and clean my house. Bye, bitch.
Leave me alone with the chicken cutlets.
All right. I think we have talked chicken cutlets to death. If you have a favorite family meal, I want to hear all about it because I'm always down to try new things.
Me too.
All right, you guys. Oh, and this Saucy Saturday, sneak peek. We're talking about frying, but it's a different kind of frying. Air frying. Air frying. Man, I have a very big love affair with air frying.
You do.
And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, honey.
You do.
All right, y'all. We love you. We'll catch you on Saturday. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.